Okay, and welcome to this little bit of a quick film. So we're gonna break down Nick Gates and a little bit of the offensive line versus the Miami Dolphins, and this is not one of the better defensive lines in the league. Let's just say that. So let's see how our offensive line stacked up against us. This whole video is gonna be Nate Solder on the left, Will Hernandez, Nick Gates, John Halpio at center, Mike Remmers, and a little bit of Caden Smith. So let's see how they do. So this first play, notice Nick Gates. He chips the first guy, realizes Remmers has it, but then misses. Number 52 runs up the middle. That forces Saquon Barkley to bounce to the outside. Caden Smith does his best. A little bit of a hold, but Saquon Barkley ends up getting some yardage. So not the best play by Will Hernandez. Solder on the left does well. Same thing with Hernandez. Caden Smith is holding his own. What I notice, he loves fighting for, just fighting when he's blocking. Eli Manning right here is going to hand off to the ball to Saquon Barkley again. Notice Nate Solder not really doing much, but kind of doing his job. You have Jalapeno pushing out the center, but there's a miscommunication with Will Hernandez and Nate Solder right there. You have Remmers doing his job as well. Nick Gates gets to that second level, and this game is playing Christian Wilkins, number 94, the 13th overall pick by the Miami Dolphins, so he's good. Will Hernandez really doesn't do a good job, but Nick Gates does a really good job in clearing out Christian Wilkins and gives him a fairly nice hole. Just at the little bit of communication right here, you have a little bit of a hold by 58. They're not going to call that. That's a little bit of a scrum. You have to get off that guy and eventually get to number 55, who ends up tackling Saquon Barkley. Okay, so this next clip, we're on the 10-yard line. It is first and goal. And notice Eli Manning. Well, obviously he's there, and he's gonna hand the ball off to Saquon Barkley. The first thing I want you to notice is Nick Gates. He's in motion now. He's trying to find the guy to block. Finds him, knocks out two players. Saquon Barkley runs to the end zone. What a great play by Nick Gates. I'm gonna play that full out in real time speed. Look how quickly he has to get over there. I play in slow motion a little bit in the beginning, and then I speed it up. He gets over there. Just a brilliant blocking. Caden Smith, everybody does a really good job on this play. Saquon Barkley goes in for the score. Okay, so this next clip is another handoff. This is obviously what we're doing. We're doing a lot of run sets here, right here, and so you have Eli Manning. You have a bunch formation. You have two tight ends on the line of scrimmage. Warren does a good job getting to the second level, and then you have Saquon Barkley. Nate Solder can't push his guy. Notice Mike Remmers does real well. Notice Nick Gates does real well, and it is really just Nate Solder that can't open up that hole for Saquon Barkley, so he has to bounce to the outside. Everyone else is doing their job straight up the middle. That's the play here. And, Nick Gates does a good job. Everyone else does a good job but Nate Solder. Even, Mike Remmers, the guy's not moving. Caden Smith, does a good enough job to hold up. And then Saquon Barkley ends up having to bounce to the edge. And I think he gained 3 yards on that play. And then this next one, it's another handoff. You have same positions. Nick Gates, quickly, agile, moves to that second level, gets on number 55, hits an amazing block, pretty much, and it sets up, this is what we need to do. Sets up Saquon Barkley. All we need is 3-4 yards every single play. Caden Smith is still fighting like an animal. He has his hands to the inside. Great form by Caden Smith. It's just that, John Jalapeno, you have to try to hold your block a little bit longer, maybe. Even though it wasn't really his guy either. It was just like an extra man in the box. I think that was Remmers' guy. Okay, so here we go. Eli Manning with the handoff, and then immediately Nick Gates. Look how quickly he gets to that side, hits the key block. Caden Smith leading with his head a little bit, and then Allen gets 2-3 yards on this play, but just great form and technique by Will Hernandez, by Nick Gates, giving a crucial block here. That's really going to be key to getting that extra 2-3 yards. That's what we need. And if you don't have a guy like Saquon Barkley, have a guy like Allen or Dion Lewis, that's going to be really pivotal. And this is a pass set. This is probably the only one we'll do. But this is Christian goddamn Wilkins. He gets his hands on him early. Great base. Just pushes him back. And he really just controls. My mouse is a little bit the way there. But, just really does control Christian Wilkins on this play. Great pass set by everybody. Allows Eli Manning to give the ball to Sterling Shepard and get the first down right away. Okay, so this next play is another run, but you have Nick Gates, who immediately makes contact with Mike Remmers. Nick Gates doesn't have the best push, but he can hold his ground. He really works him real well, just not giving up. It's just that we did really get unlucky right here. Will Hernandez found himself on the ground again. You have Nate Solder, well, that's John Jalapeno, that just turned around. It was just a big mess of a play. Like, how did he end up getting turned around here? How do you end up getting turned around? Two guys on one, and you can't even block him, and he ends up getting free. So that's a big mistake. And then finally, this is a crucial play in the game. Ends up being a huge gain if I remember correctly. Take a look at Nick Gates. He first blocks this dude, pushes him down, gets on this dude number 55. You have Nate Solder and Caden Smith kind of blocking the edge. I like Caden Smith's effort to get that guy out of the play because that's really useful towards the end. Then Nick Gates pushes this dude down, and Javaris Allen, or Jared Allen, whatever his name is, ends up running up the sideline. And I don't know what he's doing here. Hey, that's Christian Is that Christian Wilkins? No, I think it's 84. That is Christian Wilkins. Nice effort. Just go to the inside and score the touchdown. I don't know. We had Cody Core with the good blocking as well in that play. Overall, Nick Gates did a really good job, and he holds his ground. That's what I got to say about him. And I think our offensive line is going to be improved.